Kia ora, welcome to Central News for Thursday the 20th of March. I'm Anne-Marie Case-Miller. The New Zealand Dairy Woman of the Year was announced at a gala dinner hosted by the Dairy Women's Network in Hamilton last night. Charmaine O'Shea won the Fonterra-sponsored Global Women in Leadership Scholarship, valued at $25,000. The program will give Ms O'Shea 12 months of exposure to New Zealand women who are in international business leadership roles. Ms O'Shea's passion for contributing to the New Zealand dairy sector profitability and her passion for people set her apart from the other finalists. A growing population and a shortage of doctors is making it tough for Tauranga residents to find a GP, with Gate Pa Medical Centre one of 6 centres in the region that has stopped taking new patients. Western Bay of Plenty Primary Health Organisation General Practice Coordinator Donna McCarley said it was a struggle to find enough GPs to meet demand. However, it was a national problem, not just the Bay of Plenty. The Great Pumpkin Carnival happens this Sunday, the 30th of March at Hamilton Gardens, and this year it's bigger than ever. Co-organiser Sam Elton Walters explains why this carnival is shaping up to be an important one for any world record-breaking giant pumpkins.
I think any year's really important for any giant pumpkin that can break a world record or even a New Zealand record. And this year we've registered with the GPC, which is the Great Pumpkin Commonwealth, which is based in America, and it's the governing body for pumpkin whales as well as other giant vegetables. And any weight that we get that's either a New Zealand record or even a world record is registered worldwide and recognised. And there's a whole bunch of rules and regulations that go along with that. So I think we're the only GPC weigh-off site in New Zealand this season.
Beetroots, pears, tomatoes, potatoes, you name it. If it's been grown independently, it will be judged at the 2014 Farmers Market New Zealand Summer Producers Award. The awards will be held on Saturday the 29th of March at Tauranga Primary School and as part of the Tauranga Farmers Market. National celebrity chef Julie Busso and Tauranga's local celebrity chef Peter Blakeway, joined by students from the Tauranga Boys College hospitality classes, and FMNZ chairman Chris Fortune will judge the fresh produce entries from 9 till 10 a.m. Lynn Paul explains about one of the more interesting categories. Ugly is tasty.
Don't judge a book by its cover, just because the cucumber is square and bent and doesn't really look like a cucumber does not mean to say that it's going to be a very delicious product to eat.
Taking a look at the marine forecast now. West coast tending Friday morning southeast of 15 knots. Southwest swell rising to 2 metres. High tide at Raglan is 23 minutes to 2 Friday morning. Over to the east coast, a southwest of 15 knots developing west of Motiti Island this evening, becoming a southeast of 10 knots everywhere early tomorrow morning. High tide at 6 minutes past 11 tonight. Still to come on Central News, we find out why netball may be cancelled this season in Morrinsville, and we farewell a Morrinsville landmark. That's next on Central News. Welcome back to Central News. It was the big white building on Thames Street in Morrinsville and was often said to resemble the hull of a ship or even an upside-down bath. The Morrinsville landmark that was St Joseph's Church with its white concrete roof was demolished this week, and a newer, warmer one will be taking its place. Parish priest Father Mark O'Keefe and building committee member Marie Heathcote joined me recently to discuss the plans for the new church. Father Mark, Marie, welcome to Central News. Father, after so many years of putting up with a leaky cold church, what prompted the decision to demolish it and build a new one?
was born really out of the desire of the community because the needs were so great. The problems which have existed in the church have been there for many, many years, and probably decades, in fact. And so I suppose that in the last sort of 7 years, there's been a real focus in saying, right, we need to address this. And I think also the issue of the earthquakes, the terrible earthquake in Christchurch and the seismic evaluations that had to be done was a real factor for us as a community as well. Can we keep our people safe? Can we keep them dry? Can we keep them warm?
It's a place of many memories, lots of milestones, and lots to do with St Joseph's School as well, of course, the parish school. Marie, how has the school been involved with fundraising for the new church?
Oh, well, Anne-Marie, yes, the school has always been very closely associated with the parish. As a old pupil myself, and as a little 7-year-old, I remember looking across and seeing the big white roof appear,
yes,
sort of, in the sky, and so the school has been tremendous with its support over the years of the parish and vice versa. So the school is certainly behind us, and with our fundraising, all the children have little piggy banks to take home and fill up. And,
it's so cute.
And it's a lovely combination of helping and helping each other, really. They also open the school hall for us, and our Sunday masses presently are being held in the school hall. So,
Which was in fact the old church, which is in Brent Road in Rotorua. So it's come back to life as a church for the time being on a Sunday.
Oh, that's so nice,
it's a
isn't
nice
it?
link there.
Yeah, lovely full circle in a way. Would it be fair to say, Father, that it doesn't actually matter what the building is as such, it's more important as to who is inside with regards to the community?
Sure. I mean, our community are the people of God who want to come together to praise God and to worship. And I think that one of the most important things is that we want a place which is fitting and appropriate. And one of the things we could link in, with the anniversary of Pope Francis being elected next week, which is wonderful, is the notion of simplicity. And so we want to say that our new church will be something which is of beauty and which is fitting for our celebrations, but is also something which is simple, which reflects, where the church is today.
So the demolition of the old landmark is underway, and it is a sad time, but we look forward to a new church. When's building expected to start, and how long do you think it will be?
That's a question we don't know the answer to, in fact, because what we're doing is we're in the process of doing it in stages. So we had the decommissioning, where the bishop came with a beautiful ceremony on New Year's Eve, which was full of sadness but also of joy, looking backwards but also looking to the future. And then the next part is the actual demolition itself, and then the whole community now is being involved in the process of saying, right, what are our needs? What do we need as a community? What will serve us as well? And then we go to the architects and say, right, okay, this is what we're at. This is what we need. Can you help us? What
has the community said they've needed? As a building committee member, what's the feedback that you're getting?
Oh, the feedback's been great, really, hasn't it, Father? Very supportive. The parishioners have had plenty of time to think about it, so with lots of consultation and that, but they're pretty excited about a new church.
Absolutely.
Is the style going to fit in with the parish centre that's already there on the side, or does that have to go to make way, or it can stay still?
No, the parish centre will stay, which is lovely because the community want that to stay. And then also, so it's sort of what the architect comes up with, what the people desire, to fit in with that. What we won't have, is a church which is vast. Because our numbers don't warrant that. So we've got to think about, okay, these are the numbers of people that are coming to our celebrations at the weekend. These are the needs of the community. How can we best then afford that and actually afford to run it for the future?
Of course, so many milestones and memories take place. It's almost every important occasion. As an old girl myself, I've got, First Communion, Granddad's funeral, prize giving. Every school prize giving was there. And I know I'm not alone in feeling that. And the feedback that I've received from friends that we still keep in touch, everybody's got fantastic memories. The music is a big part of that memory as well.
Absolutely.
But it is all about the congregation and the parish, and moving forward, it's going to be an exciting time, really, for St Joseph's, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. We're really on the cusp of something which is going to be, you know, a wonderful step forward for us as a community. There is sadness of saying goodbye, of course there is, and we're always conscious of, you know, of respecting that because it's a sacred place. But we now need to look and say, okay, we can create that as a people because the community is a great community and they're very much, you know, wanting that change on the whole. So that, you know, that for us is a real positive.
Still to come, we discover why there may be no netball in Morrinsville this season, and we find out about a coffee table book featuring photos of Bay of Plenty children. That's next on Central News. Welcome back to Central News. A professionally printed coffee table book featuring photos of children from around the Bay aims to raise money for Homes of Hope, Tauranga. Hilary spoke with photographer Dean Preston and Naomi Karapa from Homes of Hope to find out about Children of the Bay too.
It's really to voice my expression of how my photography works, and Leanne to share our work out there, and also really to do something for local charity. And this is why we chose Homes of Hope, because we've got some good friends who are connected with it and wanted to just give the love, as they say. Yeah.
And what is it about Homes of Hope that made you choose them?
Well, the previous charity was out of town. It was for, I've forgotten, Make-A-Wish. However, being a local book, we wanted it to be a local charity this time, and Homes of Hope, a children connection again, Children of the Bay, it all seemed to be the perfect match, so that's why we went ahead with Homes of Hope.
The book is also in remembrance of those who lost their lives in Kenya.
That's right, yes. We obviously wanted to keep it all local, and we dedicated it to Brian and Grace Johnson and Caitlin Dixon, who tragically died in Kenya. And also, Brian and Grace Johnson were very close friends of Leanne, so it made it even more personal. And to keep it all local, we then had the a young artist sketch a lot of children's faces by the name of Rosie Wood, so it is very much a local affair.
Naomi, what will the proceeds go to and how will they be used?
So proceeds from the Children of the Bay book will go towards purchasing resources for both our mentoring program and our play therapy program. So for example, we will purchase play therapy equipment, educational equipment, therapy assessments, and also therapy for children.
Dean, how do you envision the book being used?
Well, the book was initially sold to all the parents of the children that appeared in the book, and now a lot of businesses have asked for it to be in their waiting rooms and showrooms and things. So we're just trying to get big businesses to get behind it and promote the book, and obviously Homes of Hope, which we're superb. So if there's any businesses out there, get in touch, please.
You say it captures the essence of what it means to grow up in the Bay of Plenty. How would you describe that in a picture?
Oh, it's lovely, the Bay. It's just kids enjoying themselves. They're on the beach, in little areas little secret areas. It's just capturing children enjoying themselves. It's guaranteed to put a smile on your face. It's great.
Naomi, for those who don't know, what is Homes of Hope?
I'm all too happy to share with you and the nation the great work that Homes of Hope does. So Homes of Hope provides a home, provides a place of relief, a place of restoration, and a place where people who are passionate about New Zealand children and their well-being reside to provide care, respite, hope and love, raising up children who've come into care from an environment where turmoil of abuse and neglect is their real life story.
And you guys are going to be part of the special celebrations with Gate Pa?
We do. So on the 29th of April 2014, it marks the 150th year since the Battle of Gate Pa here in Tauranga. So our children in Homes of Hope here have been invited to participate and commemorate and join hands with Tauranga Moana in this once-in-a-lifetime pivotal event.
You can purchase a copy of the book by getting in contact with Homes of Hope. Nearly 800 Morrinsville netballers will have no games this season if a president is not found for the Morrinsville Netball Centre by the end of March. I spoke with patroness Marjorie Latto recently about the situation. Marjorie, welcome to Central News. Tell me why it's so important for the Morrinsville Netball Centre to have a president.
Well, the Constitution says that we need a president, secretary and treasurer. Not only that, a netball association needs a leader.
So what will happen if you can't find a president?
If we can't find a president, then netball in Morrinsville won't exist because we haven't got a leader to run it, and we can't function without a leader.
So schools obviously run their own netball program as well.
Yes.
However, if they want to play rep level, they need to play at Campbell Park, don't they?
They need to be playing in Morrinsville, or otherwise they would have to go to another centre to register so that they could be supported by another centre financially. Otherwise it's too expensive. And Morrinsville Netball is great at supporting its rep players financially.
You've got over 800 netball players. Surely you can find someone to step up to the role of president.
Well, I hope somebody is prepared to step up to that role, because we need new blood in that centre. We have been, many of them, been there for years, and they're coming to an end, and we need to have a good leader to carry on. Otherwise, we're just not going to function very well at all.
Do you think that people hear the role president and think, oh, I can't do that? Tell me what the role actually entails. Let's take away some of the fear.
Well, there shouldn't be any fear, because now there will only be 7 more meetings that they have to take, and a planning meeting, and there is the secretary and all the committees are already there. They just have to control those committees and be prepared to also take a wider view of regional information, because that's where netball is at now. It's centres and then regional. So we're just a small cog in a wheel.
Is a netballing background required?
No, look, we just really need somebody to step up and act as a leader and a coordinator to all of these committees.
So if somebody is interested in the role, who should they contact? What should they do?
Look, we would love to hear from you, either ringing Sylvia Smith, who's been the secretary for years.
She has.
And myself, who have been patron, and also I have done being president too for years. So yes, we are prepared to do, and we just need to support them.
Thank you so much, Marjorie, and good luck in finding the president.
Thank you for bringing it on.
Up next on Central News, we find out about the Tauranga delegation to Asia. Kia ora, welcome back to Central News. At the end of the month, a delegation from Tauranga City Council will head to the east to discuss economic benefits with sister city Hitachi. On the way over, though, they'll stop off at Chinese city Ansan. Hillary caught up with Councillor Matthew Cowley to find out why.
Well, the Deputy Mayor of Ansan came over last year and saw Tauranga and went, wow, this is such a cool city. Met with the Mayor and said, look, when you go over to visit your sister cities, being Hitachi and Yantai, he said, look, please come over and see us as well. So on his tab, we're going to go over, check it out, see what where our synergies really sit. They've got a sister city relationship with Yantai and Yantai. So they're saying, well, look, if it's mutually beneficial, we've seen the benefits happen to Yantai, we want in as well. So we're going to see, is it really beneficial for both of us? Because it needs to work out for the both of us. So I think we'll just see what happens. But yeah, we're looking forward to it.
What could be some of the export potential there?
It's quite interesting with Korea at Ansan, they've got the National Institute of Marine Research there. So with our potential that we've got with the marine science research base here with Professor Chris Battershill, who's nationally or internationally renowned for what he's doing down there. So that's one of the key benefits really that we're looking to maximise on. Then we're looking at other things around the food and beverage, high tech, and obviously other education that we're looking to provide as well. So who knows? We're going to see what happens. Well, like I said before, it needs to work out for the both of us. Obviously, when they come here, we pay for their accommodation when they're here. So sister cities can be expensive, so that's why it needs to be mutually beneficial for both cities. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
There will be a signing between Yangtze University and some of our own?
Yeah, so they will be working off that relationship using the coastal marine research as an example, but looking at a more broader context, how they're focusing on a bachelor's degree of international business and market validation and getting that real strategic analysis. And they like the business, the tertiary partnership that we're establishing here, so they're jumping at the opportunity to come talk to us.
Now you'll have discussions around the joint studies, and one of these is that Blue Biotech collaboration paper. So what's that?
So with that entity, it's one of those examples of where we're looking to get some tangible returns around sharing what we're doing in the coastal science area. So it's around sharing what research that Chris Battershill is doing and his departments around there. The main outcome that we're looking to do is commercialise all these ideas and these innovations around the marine sector. A lot of medicine potential through there. So there's big money potential as well as huge community benefits around that sustainability scope. So it's around how can we jointly work together to get those to market.
And the delegation will try and promote our high-end food and beverage. How are you going to try and do that?
It's actually quite interesting. They've, with Yangtze, they've actually got a big promotion in the supermarkets, big retail supermarkets around products from Tauranga, and they're mainly focusing on health products as well as food and beverage, and that really high-end stuff. As we know, the market for those middle class in China, they're having an increasing appetite for that high-quality food, so they're providing a gateway. So the benefit is that the mayor's going over these big promotion. The mayor has quite a lot of, in terms of how the structures work over there. The mayor tends to have more kudos than perhaps an MP. So there's a lot of credibility there. So if you do business in China or Japan, you need friends. So having that relationship with that mayor, when people come over with us, like we've got a few entities coming over with us, the businesses, local businesses, they're coming over there and they're talking. So we're providing that facilitation, that gateway.
For more details, go to tauranga.gov.nz. Taking a look at the weather for the Waikato now. Hamilton, expect a fine Friday with a high of 26 degrees, a low of 12 for overnight. Paeroa, fine with 24 your high. Matamata, no rain, I'm sorry, just fine weather and a high of 24 degrees. Te Awamutu, fine with 26, and Tokeroa, 22 degrees expected for your Friday. Taking a look at the Bay of Plenty now. Tauranga, another fine day in store with southeasterlies and a high of 24 degrees with a low of 16. Te Puke, fine weather and a high of 22 degrees. That's Central News for today. Make sure you like us on our Facebook page and let us know if there's news or an event in your community. Thanks for joining me. I'm Anne-Marie Case-Miller. Ka kite anō.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.